Hello guys and welcome back to What If Civilization Started Over. We are now on part 2 of episode 31, where in the last part we fully decolonized South America and North America, which is looking pretty good. Some of the more notable countries being formed was America. Actually, America was probably the biggest one that was formed. It's definitely the strongest. Yeah. Anyways, in this video we're going to be talking about Australia and as well as Africa. But we're going to start over in Australia because that is a lot more simple. And the Chinese country is actually going to manage to allow one of their allies to get a couple of islands. However, the rest of this is just going to be divided up. So first of all, we have a southern New Zealand country. It looks like this, and then a northern New Zealand country, maybe something more like this, which looks like this. We then have these islands out here, just going to become their own thing. They are quite unstable, and yeah, they'll probably break apart. And then Papua New Guinea. How is this one going to look? Well, the Chinese didn't do very well on these borders as well. Okay, yeah, that is right. That's interesting. Maybe they can fix it right here. Oh, okay. Well, nope. They do, this country, why is that? Okay. Right, they do get a decent amount of land, this pink country, but again, these are borders. Not China's greatest piece of work. What? Greatest piece of work. And then that is going to be a dock to actually maybe an orange, yeah, this kind of peachy orange, which is going to be the rest of these islands as well as the eastern half. Yeah, this is not very good borders as well. It is very bad. And then these two areas are just going to gain independence, as we have the southern one being this kind of yellowish color, and the northern one being maybe a brighter color, a nice hot pink. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. And for the Philippines, it's just going to be released as trying to think of it. Nope. Maybe no, that looks yeah, make this color, and then I'm actually going to change this color to that. There's so much similar colors. Yeah, I think that's good. And now for the capitals, I wonder if there's major cities in all these areas. Capital of this one will be right there. Capital of southern New Zealand is there, and northern New Zealand is there. The capital of this pink country is going to be over here in the north. Papua New Guinea is going to look like this, and then the Philippines will have it on this southern island. And I think, oh, and these guys don't have it. Right, I'm just going to put their capital over here and add the major city later. Anyways, that is how Australia, Oceania, whatever you want to call it, looks like. Obviously the Chinese are not very happy about them losing land, but they're like fine. Anyways, now we're going to head over to Africa, where a decent amount of it, about the northern half, is going to be helped by these guys, while the rest is going to be, basically, it's not, the borders will not look probably very good, but oh well. Let's see how it goes. First of all, we're going to have Madagascar just become its own country. It's going to be this nice blue Then we are going to have a kind of pinkish country being born like there. Then a lime green team being created right here, and it's going to look something like this, and they get a slight access to the ocean, and then the rest of this is going to be this color, I think. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Actually, maybe make it, yeah. And now if we take a look at the religion layer, we can see that most of this area here is its own kind of country, own religion, and so we're actually going to have it being that most of this area is going to be released as its own country. Now it's not going to be exactly the right area, but I think I like the red, so I might change this color to, yeah, more brown. Yeah. And then we basically have like an Angolan country over here. Yeah, all these borders are helped slightly by the South Africa, and so that's why they're kind of natural, apart from the occasional straight line. But for the most part, it is actually okay. And yeah, this is how Southern Africa is looking. And let's actually go up here, where the Moroccans are going to create if you guys remember, there was like a pinkish brown team up over here, so I might just make them reappear. And as you can see, the countries are quite big at this point, and so I'm going to be maybe adding a bit more, some more smaller countries, starting off over here with a very weird looking country. Then we have a kind of Nigerian country, and again these are quite, the ones over here on the coast are quite small. We then have a light blue country over here, which is again another large country. That's because mainly there's nothing over here, and so there kind of has to be large countries, otherwise like they're not going to be able to survive. And we have, I think, one of our final very large countries over here. It's not actually that large, never mind, I think it's fine. I might just change the colours after I'm done recording, because some of them aren't looking the greatest. But we're just going to add some more countries, and surprisingly it's actually going well. I do like this Northern Africa. And now we obviously have to add some very weird looking countries, and so that is where this country is going to come in, as they get a very awkward looking piece of land like this, which allows them to connect to the sea, but obviously, yeah, not looking too great. Then we're going to have an actual grey country popping up right here. It is also a very weird country, as we have another country kind of just like slotting into it. Is just not very normal. Yeah, as you can see there. Then this piece of land is just going to gain independence as its own thing. Yeah, let's make it this kind of yellow country. Then up here in the north, we have basically just the colony being let out as itself, but a little bits do break away in the south, which looks something like this, as it kind of goes around Lake Victoria. And it is kind of this is the first like real mixture of countries. Then this country over here is going to be formed into its own thing, and then this one is going to, I'm trying to find that is the same as that. Maybe I'm really trying to find a good color, because otherwise it's just gonna look bad on the map, and I don't want that. Maybe this light pink, but we are going to have it be kind of split in half with another country in the south here. Bang. And I think that's actually gonna be Africa. I think it looks pretty good. And now to give them all capitals. Madagascar, that's a lot of major cities there. This one will have it over here. This one will actually have it right in the center, so C-axis is kind of weird. Angola will have it there. This yellow country will have it there. These guys don't have a major city, but you know what? This is actually what we're gonna do. Let's give them this island, and then place their capital city on this island, because that is very helpful. Purple team, there. Blue team, actually no, let's place it right here. Make it very... Oh, my recording kind of cut, so I'm just going to continue. This one will have it there. This one will have it over here. This one will have it in the only real major city, right there. And the yellow one will have it there. Did I miss anyone? Oh, no, you have one. You have one. Oh, this one just doesn't have one. Well, they're going to have it right there, and I'll add the major city after. Oh, this orange one has to have one. I missed a lot of them. Right, you have it here. You have it here. You're going to have it by this kind of lake. This one will have it near the lake. And then the Ethiopian one will have it on the entrance, or near the entrance over here, so that they can get a lot of the money that's coming through here. But to make sure that they're not right on the border of power hungry little person. And so that is how the world looks, completely decolonized. And I might just do a couple of quick things. Iceland update. I actually think this country might have already been killed. So yeah. And these two just decide to surrender. Like, they're like, yeah, we're not winning a war against you, so just take us. And so all of these guys are gone. But then immediately the country just kind of boop. And okay, well, we've got a new government in Iceland. That's always great. And so yeah. And now in North America, some of these places, not the best kept things, right? Wow, that's interesting. Why are you invading them? Okay, you just want land? That's fair enough. This light blue country has just invaded two small countries for no reason. And up here, the green country is a bit hungry, so they go down into the purple country. And the orange country is here to help. But oh wait, this country is now joining in on the fight. And the red team is the red team's also joining in on the fight against the green team. But what? And then over here, oh, this country is just invading into this country for no reason. Okay, well, that's already taken. And then, so what happens here is the orange team is very quickly pushed back. This kind of reddish country comes in, and the orange team just quickly decides to surrender. The green team reorganizes their troops, and red team is pushed back. Eventually, this country just decides to surrender, and the green team is like, you know what, you're going to pay for this, and they manage to invade into the red team, completely taking it out. And yeah, so that's how the war goes. So let's just quickly erase the not important capitals now. And that's the first war that we have from the uncolonized world, which is exciting, I guess. War is never really good. But the first war over here in South America, this country has overlapping, it's just kind of like, I think we should rule over all of Peru, even though they don't know what Peru is. But then the Ecuador country is joining in, as well as the yellow country, who is kind of doesn't really care and immediately just sends out troops to try and get to sea access. They do manage this, but the peace treaty is going to look very weird, as the yellow team was very much wanting the coast. And so, luckily for them, they do actually get it, but it's just going to look very weird, as it looks something like this. But the purple team said, hey, we started the fight, we should get the capital. And so the capital is actually given over to the purple team, and obviously this is going to give it. And so now we have this kind of weird panhandle thing, and well, the yellow team doesn't care. They got sea access, that's all they needed. I'm not going to do a war in Africa because they just decolonized, as well as these guys. So anyways, that is going to be it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next episode, which is episode 32. Goodbye.